These meads have been done fermenting for about a week, so I gave them a good shake to clean things up. That brings the yeast up into suspension, and it's kind of like a last call for them to consume the remaining sugars. So I'm going to demonstrate how to bottle these directly from primary fermentation using a racking cane. Directly from primary can be tricky because you got that big bed of yeast at the bottom, and you kind of want to keep the racking cane right off of that so you're not pulling yeast into your bottles. Something else that's tricky is using gravity to your advantage. You have to lift the bottles and try to time it just right so you're not overfilling the bottles. It takes some practice. It's not the easiest thing to do. It just gives you an excuse to make more. Since it's not carbonated, you can bottle these any way you want. Clear bottle with a cork is a great way to keep it classy. That'll definitely impress Grandma at Thanksgiving. 12-ounce beer bottles are great for long-term storage or if you're feeling confident and want to send it off to a competition. I don't bottle much, so I just use a hand capper, and they work 100% of the time. And it doesn't get much easier than a flip top. So racking the next batch, I'm going to use a bottle filler. It has a spring-loaded tip that helps out a lot. And that holds the mead in as I move the filler from one bottle to another. Look at that, I didn't have to worry about any loss or oxygen. Most of my focus is on my right hand, keeping it just above that bed of yeast. Let's take a look at that final gravity reading. This is the batch with no nutrients. And that's looking like 1.05. That's quite sweet. And the batch with nutrients is 1.04, meaning it fermented drier. It's still sweet, but it's a little bit higher alcohol. Now let's give them a taste. Right up front, I'm getting that orange pith, subtle clove and cinnamon. I am quite surprised, though. The esters are not as high as I thought it would be. I did expect it to be a little bit more rough around the edges. The high sweetness level is probably helping to smooth things out, too. And let's try the one with nutrients. It does taste a lot like the other one. A little bit less esters, it's barely there. The orange seems fresher, maybe it's because there's less sugar in the way. To be honest with you, I'm surprised. I thought there would be more of a drastic difference between them. I wish it would have broken my rule of sticking to the recipe because I really wish I took a gravity reading because I'd like to know how high of alcohol these are. My theory is that the absence of nutrients didn't play as big of a role because the yeast didn't really ferment under higher alcohol conditions. I'm going to share these with some of my mead friends and see if they can point out the difference between the two, and I'll report back to you. Cheers, everybody.